I am Mike McManus, and I'm the museum manager for the Museum of Howard County History.
My name is Dustin Linz. I'm the co-manager here at the Museum of Howard County History.
The house next door is called the Weir Building.
We had a paranormal investigation here. Afterwards, as we were cleaning up and closing down the buildings, we went over to the Weir Building, and while we were in there, in one of our tenants' rooms, we saw a black mass move from one side of the room to the other one. We were pretty petrified by that, so we hightailed it out of there and came over here. And when I was over here, I went down the basement to turn off the lights. And as I was walking up the steps, I heard a swooshing sound, and I felt a pinch in my lower back. And from that point forth, that's when things really seemed to escalate.
I decided to sit down and catch my breath, and all of a sudden I got really, really cold on one half of my body. And at one point, the coldness overtook the rest of my body, and Dustin said that he could see my breath coming out of my mouth. It was like this white mist.
I looked over at Mike, and he looked paper white. He looked like a corpse. And when he breathed, you could see it looked like a smokestack, how thick his breath was at that point. And the thermostat said 72 degrees, I remember specifically. And so I couldn't explain why we were so cold, but there was a mass of cold air that was moving through here. And we would literally feel half of our body freezing cold, and the other half would be a normal temperature for that time of the year.
I don't know who could be around, but a lot of people have passed through both buildings. And maybe some of the reverends here in the church, are still connected, or maybe some of the former parishioners. Dustin and I were downstairs in the basement doing some research in our office, and we decided to take a break, and we checked out a couple objects that we have in our collection. And while we were doing that, we heard this little girl's voice out of the corner of one of the rooms downstairs. And we called out to it. We're like, hey, what's going on? Can we help you? And we didn't hear any response after that. But we definitely heard something. On numerous occasions, Dustin and I will be working at our desk, and we'll hear the ceiling pop. It sounds like popcorn is popping, or small rodents running around up there. But we think the ceiling comes alive when we're down here.
On several occasions, me and Mike here and in the Weir Building have heard female voices. And here on two separate occasions, we've heard what sounds like a woman singing. And we've kind of attributed that to either the spirit of a churchgoer who came here, because obviously they would have sang in here, or the spirit of a cook who worked in the restaurant that was open in our basement in the 1960s. We have our stove down there still, and Mike and I experienced strange feelings of lightheadedness, and we feel like we're stepping into quicksand, and we're attracted by the energy of that stove. So we believe that cook could still be here in spirit.
So it looks like I was scratched a couple minutes ago downstairs in the basement when I was standing by the stove. Potentially the cook that's attached to the stove used one of her forks and, scratched me and said, hey, get away from here. I don't know. It's really weird. Don't know how else to explain it. Come visit us. If you like ghosts, come here. I'll tell you some great stories if you want to stop by.